plus in-branch seminars at over 500 locations, where our dedicated support teams help you know more so your money can do more.
At Scottrade, $7 trades are just the start. Our teams have the information you want when you need it. It's another reason more investors are saying,
I'm with Scottrade.
We now offer phone service as low as $1.70 a month with Magic Jack Plus. That's $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. No computer needed. Nothing changes. And now keep your old phone number. Get Magic Jack Plus at Best Buy.
We have product X and we have product Y. Now we're going to start with product X. The only thing I'll let you know is that it is an affordable product.
Ooh, I like that.
Let's move on to product Y, which is a far more expensive product.
Oh, I don't care for that at all.
Yuck. You picked X, and it was Geico, car insurance, and Y was the competitor. Is that something that you would pay for year after year?
I like soda a lot, but I would, for change of pace.
Wasn't enough to be a top model, so she had to be an Uber model. It wasn't enough to set the example in the fashion world. She had to set the example for the world.
When the time came to choose a bank, it had to be a bank that offers the security and experience that can only come from over 200 years in business. A bank that represents a country that's strong, innovative, and full of opportunities. A bank that connects Brazil to the world and the world to Brazil, like me. When doing business in Brazil, you can count on the bank I trust. Banco do Brasil. From Brazil to the world. From the world to Brazil.
Are you trying to sleep with someone who sounds like a chainsaw? Now there's a brand new solution that thousands will use tonight to stop snoring instantly, and you should too. Introducing Z Quiet. It's comfortable and easy. Just place it in your mouth for instant results. Z Quiet is cleared by the FDA and designed by dentists, so it's safe and effective. Snoring can be unhealthy and is caused by a narrow airway. This produces noise and prevents deep, restful sleep. Z-Quiet gently positions the jaw slightly forward to widen the airway. Not only will you stop snoring instantly, but you'll wake up feeling rested and refreshed. Z-Quiet will put you in each other's arms again.
Z-Quiet's like magic. Literally, as soon as he puts it in, the snoring's gone.
Now you can try Z-Quiet for 30 days for only $9.95, and that includes the shipping. We promise that if Z-Quiet doesn't completely solve your snoring problem the very first night, send it back and never pay a penny more. Call this number or visit zquiet.com and reserve your Z-Quiet right now.
It really works.
For the first time ever, Cash Call can refi your 30-year fixed mortgage for 3.875% rate and APR with no closing costs, not even an appraisal deposit. If your mortgage is over 4%, don't be a dummy. Save the money. Call 877-890-CASH.
So the market's pivoting very quickly back and forth, and if you're a trader, it's a very perplexing time to position a portfolio. Now look at an investor. An investor today, stocks are cheaper today than they were even a month or two ago. I think we were 14 times forward earnings a month ago. Today we're 13 times. If you're an investor, you want to buy good quality stocks at cheaper prices. Today that strategy is in play. It's a great time to be an investor.
A great time to be an investor and a great time to be this investor, because what it takes to be in the 1%. My next guest fund is beating 99% of its peers year to date, and he says it's partly because he's more focused on fundamentals than on the headlines that we see crossing the wires every day. For more, I'm joined by Market Field Asset Management CEO Michael Ehrenstein. He has $2.2 billion in assets under management. Dominic and Josh joining us as well. And Michael, certainly some huge returns that you are providing to your investors over the last year. What is working here for you?
Well, I have a good team, and one of the few advantages of getting old is that experience really helps in this business. I've been doing it for a long time, and I think we're very top down, very conceptual, and we've had the idea over the last year and a half that the U.S. was going to be kind of the safe haven in terms of equity markets, and we're a long-short fund, so we've basically been long the United States and short the emerging markets, and that really has worked out.
But that involves stock picking, or that involves fundamental research. You have to identify what you want to short and why, and then what you want to buy and why. So what exactly are you shorting? Are there industries that are evolving as themes, or perhaps on the long side as well?
Well, on the short side, it's really countries and regions and political systems that we've been short. And there are ancillary kind of themes linked to that, particularly the commodity theme, which I think is ending. I mean, I think you're at a long-term ending for the whole commodity theme. I think the beginning of the end was in the big spike in oil in 2008, and you spent the last 4 years kind of getting people more excited about it when I believe the long-term supply-demand fundamentals are changing. You know, the industry, at certain price levels, the industry and the world will provide almost a limitless amount of anything, but it takes time. It takes a long time. It's what we saw in the housing market. You know, it took 3 years really for home building to get tremendously excessive to the point where you saturated the demand.
Right.
So at the ends of trends, it's never the demand that goes away. It's the supply hits
that goes away
and
then.
stops the price going up.
You know, Mike, I know a lot of investors are counting on more rounds of monetary stimulus from central bankers, from policymakers. So some have moved into gold as kind of a hedge against maybe weakening paper money. But you're short the metal. What's your thesis there?
I think gold has had its day. It's a very good liquidity indicator, gold is. But again, I think you've gone through a period where gold production is going to go up. I think the secondary supply of gold, you know, gold is a commodity that tends to be put in the drawer, the safety deposit box, or the vault. I think there's a price here at which the secondary supply of gold is going to begin to surprise people. And, you know, the argument that it's a suitable currency that actually can substitute for currencies that currently exist, I don't believe. I think currencies are mostly matters of convenience, and in this day and age, with cyber currencies, you know, gold is a very awkward substitute. It really is. You have to move it around. Whereas you could use the Swiss franc if you're doubtful about the dollar. You can select currencies that can then be put into cyber form and moved around the world very, very conveniently, without them becoming stores of value.
Right, without then going into gold. And Michael, just quickly, how are you shorting emerging markets exactly?
We're short a number of individual stocks, mostly in finance and some local commodity producers. We're also short some stocks in the U.S. and Europe that are dependent on accelerating demand particularly from China. And we're short the individual countries, mainly through ETFs.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining us. Michael Aronstein, the CEO and portfolio manager at Marketfield Asset Management. And coming up, what could be a new black eye for Facebook? How much a lower profile internet company is beating the social media giant in cash flow? We'll be back with the opening bell in 11 minutes.
There's nothing worse than going to the post office and waiting in line.
I don't have to leave my desk and get up and go to the post office anymore.
With Stamps.com, you can print real U.S. postage for all your letters and packages.
It gives you the exact amount of postage you need the instant you need it. Can you print only stamps? No. First class?
Priority mail, certified, international.
And the mailman picks it up.
I don't leave the shop anymore.
Get a 4-week trial plus $100 in extras, including postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/TV and never go to the post office again.
There's more to business than the same old news. Bloomberg Business Week gives you the ideas, data, and insight to get ahead. Stories go behind the headlines to tell you something you don't already know. From global economics and companies to politics and technology. And it's just 80 cents an issue if you act now. Each week, Bloomberg Business Week goes deeper, takes you to new places, new people, shows you what other business magazines miss. Go to businessweek.com/TV offer for this special Bloomberg TV offer. businessweek.com/TV offer.
From analysis to action, VTB Capital combines renowned global markets and investment banking expertise with an award-winning business platform to provide a unique global perspective. Think global. Think VTB Capital.
Charcoal went out already? Forget it.
There's more barbecue time in every bag of Kingsford charcoal. Kingsford, slow down and grill.
Central banks are flooding the world with cheap money. Interactive Brokers will lend $1 million at just 1.3% for every $200,000 in a portfolio margin account. See our high dividend scanner for the many hundreds of stocks.